He cheated on his wife, then made a podcast about it. Let's get right into the video. I'm not too familiar on what's going on. I'm pretty sure this video is going to be relating to that one CEO that got caught cheating on his wife at a Coldplay concert. Taking your side chick to the Coldplay concert with VIP tickets is absolutely insane, bro. You was just asking to get caught. I said caught. You were just asking to get caught. Let's get right into the video, man. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Where you at, family? Make sure you guys tap into the Berto 2 channel. Link to that will be in the description. Berto 2, Berto 2, Berto 2. Love y'all. Let's do it.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look sweet.
Hi, I'm Ned Fulmer. 3 years ago, cheated on my wife with my producer.
Oh, so this is not related to that situation at all. Okay.
Represented myself as a kind of wife guy. I betrayed my spouse, co-workers, friends, family, and I betrayed you.
Not only did you having an affair it shattered our marriage, but it also, all of that guilt and shame, you
He made a podcast with his wife?
hoisted that on me. Like, you gave that to me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I don't think it's fair that as a society, you're put in that position. It's certainly not true.
What?
And no, it's not something that I imagined as I was doing that. I think none of it was.
Just take me out the group chat. Just take me out the group chat. I don't know why this happens, but just take me out the group chat. We as a society have this fascination with being added to group chats. Now, whether we do it voluntarily or involuntarily, it just continuously happens. And this time is no different than any other situation. Now, we've seen celebrities cheat before and we be added to the group chat of their discussion. I'm thinking of the Red Table Talk with August Alsina, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Will Smith with the entanglement situation. Now, this situation is similar, but also kind of different. That one had Jada Pinkett Smith, the woman in the situation, cheating and displaying that she was the narcissist to Will Smith, but also kind of exposed that he was a narcissist as well. This time, it is Ned from the Try Guys and his wife exposing how Ned is a narcissist, but maybe also his wife is? I don't know. Maybe it's more similar than I thought. Kind of got to be a narcissist in order to do your relationship content out there like this very intimate moment. Now, the reason why this fiasco that happened 3 years ago back in 2022 is so big is because the Try Guys were a staple on YouTube, one of the bigger channels with 8 million subscribers.
God. Was I muted? Jesus.
They're part of the collective on BuzzFeed. And honestly, they were some of the most authentic content on the platform. Now, back in 2020, Ned got outed as cheating with his engaged secretary at the time and was ultimately voted out of the collective group.
Ned Fulmer is no longer working with the Try Guys.
Suffice to say, we found that Ned had engaged in conduct unbecoming of our team, and we knew that we could not move forward with him. So on Friday, September 16th, the three of us signed written consent of the members of Second Try LLC.
Damn, Ung, learn how to use a mic. The problem is my mic has like this button right here on the... You can't hear me, you can't... So it's like I'll accidentally tap it when I grab it. Pause. I don't know why. I feel like I shouldn't have to fucking say pause, but you fucking little degenerate little fucks make me feel like I gotta say pause after stupid shit like that. So pause.
Approving the removal of Ned as a manager and an employee.
Now, any normal situation, you could probably get away with a little cheating, but there were two things that made this crossover into a boundary that was probably way over the top. And first, there was the fact that, you know, it dealt with somebody who was an employee, which is a super conflict of interest. And two, Ned was a wife guy. Like, that's what he claimed to be. He was a my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife.
My wife, my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. I can't just skate past that. What the fuck was that clip?
My wife, my wife.
Whoa, what the fuck was bro wearing here?
He was a my wife, my wife, my wife, my wife.
My wife, my wife, my wife.
Man, I've been, nigga, I just know he not supposed to have that on. I just know. What is this right here? Yeah, this nigga's a weirdo, bro.
My wife. 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 My wife.
Type of dude. Now, naturally, this would rock the community. A staple, a guy who claimed to be a wife guy, a guy and a girl who people thought were just the pinnacle of relationship success, which I think is pretty strange that people tether themselves to these celebrity relationships. But nonetheless, this kind of hurt a lot of people. But I promise you, it did not hurt worse than listening to the cringe cast that they put on when they came back together. One of the weirdest things, but the thing that I love most about the internet is that, especially of these people who exist on the internet, you're gonna get both sides. The performance that is put on in this podcast, though, is one worth watching because it's just one of the strangest things that I consumed on a rather boring weekend.
All of that guilt and shame, you like hoisted that on me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I don't think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. We've like redefined our relationship not as partners, romantic partners.
Yeah.
Those sort of like, family or platonic partners and pals, if you want to say
Pals? What type of cringe? Pals?
Don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
Don't Google me.
You
Just
probably don't want to
get
Google
to know me
me
first. Really, you don't want to be just sort of seen as the sum of your mistakes for me or the sum of your past for you.
People ask me, like, do you forgive Ned for what he did? And
He's gonna
the
turn to
answer
Adam
is
22.
No, absolutely not. No.
Yo.
Fuck no.
Now let's get one thing straight. Social media addiction is real, not just for the consumers, but also for the creators as well. There is no reason that they should be having this very intimate conversation that is filled with cringiness and exposing of their true natures for public consumption. This is a very private act, but because they are so addicted to attention and clout, that's the only reason why they are putting this display on for people to see. Again, it's almost like we're the third person in the group chat and you can't just leave because it becomes a text message. iOS needs to do something about that. That has to stop. They start off by framing it as this is something that they need. And while I might agree with them, please take us out the group chat because we aren't a part of that 10-year marriage with 2 kids that you had.
It's
Yeah.
honest, vulnerable, brutal, but it's necessary for her to move forward, and I'm grateful for the chance to witness it. As disappointed as we were that something so private and painful became such a public spectacle, I get why people were so outraged, and I understand that is the reason that she can't move forward with any sort of public thing without addressing this. So this is that.
Now, the reason why they're claiming that they're putting on this whole spectacle is because they just can't move past this. I mean, wherever they go, whether they look left, right, up, down, they cannot get past the fact that Ned cheated. It's affecting both of them in their real life.
And for the last 3 years, I've just hidden behind the scandal. Now I can't get out from behind it.
Yeah, because it's a big step to like sit down and do what we're doing and to talk about it.
Right. But even like going out in public with like my kids or just going out to dinner or
This is
something
so
like
cringe,
that.
bro.
I feel like the only thing that people see is the scandal.
Yeah, I'm gonna call cap on that one. I'm pretty sure that most people walking down the street don't
I don't even know who the fuck y'all are.
know who you are. Going to dinner, don't care about who you and your kids aren't asking you about your husband. I think that that's a very weird thing to say. Now, granted, there are people in this world that are parasocial. I've covered that numerous times, but I just don't believe that is the case. This is 2 narcissists trying to get their talking points off. Now, when 2 narcissists get together, it becomes a pissing match as to who can be the more front-facing person, who can get the most attention. And because he is the cheater, Ned is the clear winner in this conversation. Granted, I'm only giving his ex-wife a little bit of flack here because she wants to be on camera having this conversation. She really shouldn't do this. I think that it's nasty work. But
Yeah.
Ned is a person who can't even take accountability in this conversation for the damage that he's done. They're sitting here having a conversation as to the guilt and shame that she has to carry for the rest of her life. And instead of owning up to it, Ned brings in somebody who I didn't even think was a factor in this conversation.
Not only did you having an affair it shattered our marriage, but it also, like, all of that guilt and shame, you like hoisted that on me. Like, you gave that to me. And now I have to carry that around for the rest of my life.
I
do you
don't
mean?
think it's fair that as a society you're put in that position. It's certainly not true. And no, it's not something that I imagined as I was doing that. I think none of it was.
Wait, did he just blame society? Did they?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, society? What are we talking about? Society? How did society enter the conversation? It was your actions, nigga. You put her through that.
Get married to society. As a society, we're put into this. No, as your ex-wife, she's put into this. And you did it. Like, you cheated on her. You're the one who betrayed your vows. And you did it so sloppy. The fact that Ariel disclosed.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, bro, I'm not condoning cheating, but Jesus Christ, you 4K footage of you making out in the dance hall somewhere. It's like, nigga, you didn't even try to hide it. I know the bitch knew you was married. Nigga, we have to move in silence. You need to wear hoodies and come over to the hotel, the Motel 6. These motherfuckers out here cheating on their wives, taking them to 5-star restaurants and whatnot. Nigga wanted to get caught. Oh my God.
In this conversation that the way that she found out was by somebody
Society.
sending her a picture means that you had to be doing stuff in public with somebody else who was also engaged, might I add you. You didn't even recognize how big you were. Like, this was a fan who sent her the picture. You're nasty, gang. And now you're sitting here exploiting your wife's trauma that you caused, by the way, for clicks and views. Do I believe she should have signed up for this? Absolutely not. But the fact that this is even an option for this to have taken place in the public eye because you want to get some sort of monetary gain from you cheating on your ex-wife is some of the weirdest shit I've ever seen. And I'm sick of this content brain society that we live in. Everything that we see, do, interact with, the traumas that we live in real time is not for public.
Also, who would name their kid Ned? Hey, I'm not gonna lie, there's an argument there. There's a lot of weird names out there, but Ned, that's gotta be just setting your child up for failure. Who's doing that?
Consumption. I don't know why people think that that is the case. It's weird. And later down the line, it always has negative impact.
That's a disgusting name to say. Hey, Ned. Oh my God. That's terrible.
Impact on the person that is in the video.
Let Ned Fulmer be a reminder to you guys that not everyone needs a podcast, especially him. And naturally, a big reason why is because he threw away his marriage to have an affair with his producer. But you know what else? He's just fucking boring. When he was with the Try Guys, he did the whole wife guy thing because he just wasn't interesting or cool enough to carry his own weight. And now, even in this weird comeback he's attempting, he's still just riding the coattails of his wife.
It's not clicking to him that nobody gives a fuck. He's I broke your trust. We don't give a fuck, Ned. We actually don't give a fuck, and we didn't like you at the time. We felt.
That's funny because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, if this nigga was actually entertaining, this might work. But he just literally sounds like a fucking robot. I didn't necessarily mean to do that, and society shouldn't have done that to you. Yeah. It's like, bro, can you have some fucking personality, Ned? I ain't gonna lie. A nigga named Ned, he sounds exactly like what his name sounds like. Just a boring motherfucker.
Bad for your wife. We didn't give a fuck about you.
I, at first, was like, this feels like a humiliation ritual. Like, why are we doing this? Like, why are we doing anything for this man? And then I was like, oh, she hates this guy. She hates this guy, and she wants us all to see what she sees, because he's insufferable. Also, why did he seem so grossly unprepared for this interview? Sir, it's been 3 years. Why are you caught off guard by the questions that you're asking her? And why are you asking the questions so creepy? At the end of the day, she said she doesn't forgive him and they are no longer together. And that's a win. Okay? A win is a win.
Ned was ultimately a legacy act on YouTube who built a brand from being just available and consistent on the internet for a long time. Now, his growth in story is amazing from like a creator perspective, but ultimately he just wasn't this like funny guy or entertaining guy. But the fact that he feels as if he had to come onto the platform and give us, the fans or the viewers, an apology or a reasoning or a video explaining as to what happened and let his ex-wife dunk on him in public is showing that, you know, he is just so content brain that he does not understand the gravity of the things that he did, but rather, you know, getting his shit off in the public eye. It's okay for him to, you know, get dumped on by his wife because he's going to get 780,000 views and a couple commentary channels talking about him. That's the way he's going to jumpstart his career because he's a fucking loser. Now, I would say that I implore you to go back and watch this podcast.
What up, Brian?
I say it is really, really cringe because Ned is dry asking these, you know, questions. He clearly really looks unprepared. He actually looks uncomfortable because I guess he didn't think that his ex-wife was going to lay into him like this. His answers are BS. And honestly, it just made me want to cut it off. This was worse than like a train wreck. But there has to be something said
What's
about
good, Riley?
these people who are so content focused and so content forward that they are willing to put their most intimate personal life details on public display, even if it doesn't result in the outcome that they specifically want. Like, even if they get dunked on for the view, it's okay because at the end of the day, they got the view. I don't think that's a good way of going about cultivating some sort of audience or, you know, gaining some sort of traction. This was actually a really, really tough watch. I'm really surprised that I stuck through the whole thing. Nedra.
Yeah. W video by my boy Omeezy, and I'm glad he gave us the update because ain't no way in hell I was about to watch fucking an hour of Ned talk to the microphone like this. Yeah. And I just, you know, I hope that, you know, society won't do you like that. Oh, bro. Not everybody needs a podcast. Not everybody needs to be a content creator, gang. You cooked your shit. Nedward, you are lame. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all let me know what y'all want to see in the next video. Tap into Berto too. And why are you looking at me like that? Everybody say hi, Karama, in the comments. I love y'all. Peace.
Where you at, Berto?
I made this shit look too easy.